Ahoy, my friends, Ryder here, and welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video. The final banner of the half anniversary has finally been revealed, so today I'm going to go over to the official X page for Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, and we are going to take a look at, for me, which was a highly anticipated weapon for this anniversary, guys. Before we go there are a couple notices that I will just double check on. There's a campaign schedule right here, which you guys can check out in the game. There's not much stuff here. It's just a weapon enhancement campaign, chocobo expedition, materia boost, premium quest boost. This one's pretty nice. Character booth, etc. But the main thing right here is that there's been an addition to ticket draws and the exchange. Alright, so I actually thought that this was already in there because it was in the wish list. Like, the timing of these things is still confusing to me, how it comes in like periodic increments into the game. But finally, guys, the Mystic Sword has been added to the game along with the Brilliant Collar. Alright, so if you guys want to, if you guys were smart and saved your 777 pulls, unlike me, then you'll be able to actually have a chance at getting these weapons. Although I do have a bunch of cloud tickets, so there's actually, finally there's something that I can actually use those cloud tickets for, so that's pretty fun. Alright, so that being said, let's jump over to the Twitter page right here. New weapon unveiled. This new Angeal exclusive limit break weapon grants all allies Veil equal to 10% of their respective maximum HP. This is definitely going to be at OB10. I believe it's 8% at OB6 and probably 5% at OB1. Check out this video introducing the Angeal exclusive weapon Greatsword of the Worthy, dropping today. Alright, so let's make this bigger and check it out. Alright guys, so that was the reveal of Angeal's weapon. So let's go through and take a closer look here. There are some interesting things here. So here it says the weapon ability is Shield of the Mighty. Alright, so plus, this is the OB10 version. A versatile weapon that increases all allies' physical defense and magic defense and grants all allies Veil when caster's HP is 70% or less. That's a bit of a strange one, so never going to be able to get this off at the beginning of a battle. You're going to have to take damage first. Not sure how I feel about that. First inclination is that I'm not super fond of it. Let's go ahead and check the actual weapon ability right here. Alright, so 4 ATB cost, physical defense is increased, potency mid, all allies, duration 20 seconds, extension 6 seconds, max potency high. Alright, so it's mid to high. This is OB10, guys, so I'd say there's a very high chance that this is low to mid or mid to mid at beneath OB6, which is, a bit of a bummer. But we'll have to see. It could be mid to high beneath OB6, but it could be mid to high beneath OB6, actually. But I doubt it. Alright, also magic defense is increased, mid to high. Magic heal is cast, 7% of healing potency. It would be sweet if this was a Regan instead of a healing potency cast, right? Because his healing potency is crap. Like, what is even the point of this? It's going to do 7% of his healing potency, which is like what? Let's just say his healing potency is 1500. And 10% would be 150, so this is like looking like 120 healing or something like that. And then when Angeal's HP is 70% or less, grants Veil potency 10% of max HP of the affected is applied to all allies, duration 60 seconds. So as far as I know, the only thing that gives Veil to all allies is his current ultimate weapon, which can only be used once. So the fact that this can be used over and over, the 70% or less has always been, these thresholds have always been kind of annoying to me. Like the 50% or more is like a lot easier to work with. When it's 70%, it can be hard to know what like what HP that is on your character. You know, there should be like a visual indication of when you are in the range of the 70%, but then you have like, if you have like a 70% or less, a 50% or more on certain characters, then it would get like super confusing. So I'm not exactly sure how that would work. Let's keep going right here. All right, so the new Garb of the Worthy features an all-new R-ability, Crown of the Worthy, all right, which can grant up to a colossal increase in physical defense, right? Increases the max potency tier of the physical defense boost granted by the caster by +1. All right, so if we go right here, you guys can see there is a 4-tier physical defense right here, and that is because he is wearing this costume. Now, I already see players getting their physical defense to like 500 or more, so I'm not exactly sure how like viable this would be. I feel like this would have been a lot better if it was grants a colossal increase in physical defense and magic defense. That would have been so insanely good. I feel like I would have liked that more, especially because we already have Stalwart Integrity for Angeal, which gives attack ult to the party plus physical defense ult to the party. So you can just, you know, if you're just fighting a boss that does physical defense, you wouldn't even really need this weapon, right? You would just equip the Stalwart Integrity, equip the costume, and then you would have access to the +1 colossal physical defense boost. You would lose the Veil. Honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about this, guys. I'm curious how you guys feel about this right now. I feel like the costume is probably going to be worth it. It's going to be interesting to see, like, what his first R ability is on the costume. Like, is it going to be Reprieve? I would have rather him got like an Omni Elemental Resistance costume, something like that, something that's like more versatile instead of completely locked into physical defense. You know, most of the time we're running like a healer support, and then if you're running a tank, and then a DPS, right? So, and then most of the time, right, we're running Aerith, and Aerith can bring in, you know, like magic defense ult to the party with spiritual harmony. So, you know, having him do the magic defense to physical defense, I mean, it's nice for him to have it. I guess it's a really, really good defensive sword all around. I'm just curious, like, how viable this is going to be beneath OB6. I'm guessing it's going to be, you know, you're going to need to get it to OB6, which means Angeal is going to get knocked down a tier in my, like, you know, priority list of pulling, and then, you know, probably go for Tifa, and then probably go for Angeal afterwards, and then based on my pulls for Tifa, we'll see how it goes. But I think the costume is probably going to be pretty decent. I'm curious what you guys think. I'm like I need to like sit and ponder and think about this, and yeah, I guess just see how it goes and really mull it over. Talk to some of my friends. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be the end of this video. I'm pretty psyched to see later on like what everything that comes with it. Here we have cloud draws. Oh no, here we have cloud draws. Oh, I only have 3. Oh, I should have really saved these. I've probably used them before. I was going to do a 10 pull, but I guess I'll just wait. So anyways, guys, that is my reveal of Angeal's new weapon. Like I said, I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts. Maybe you guys can help me come to a decision as to whether or not I should pull. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video today, please don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to the channel for more Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis content. I'll catch you guys tonight. Peace.